Hey little warriors, today we are going to learn more about the story of Joseph. We have a special message from Miss Emily and a special guest who's going to share about her relationship with God. I'm so glad you joined us. Have fun! And now, God My Father, our community time song.
Hi little warriors!
Welcome to our community time song.
God my Father, He loves me. I'm a part of His family. I'm created just like Him. I make wrong things right, 'cause I am His. God the Father shares with me. I have His love for you and me. Bye!
Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss Emily, and I'm so happy to be spending this morning with you. Last week, Miss Lindsay and Miss Nina told you a story about a man named Joseph. Joseph was a dreamer, meaning that God spoke to Joseph through his dreams. Last week, Miss Lindsay and Miss Nina prayed with you that God would speak to you in your dreams. Can you think of any dreams you had this week wherein God was speaking to you? Today, I am going to tell you the next part of Joseph's story. When Joseph grew up, some scary things happened to him. Joseph was taken out of his home, away from his family, and he was put into jail. I can imagine that Joseph probably felt scared, and he probably felt angry and confused. God had put such big, beautiful dreams into Joseph's heart, and there he was, sitting in prison. What happened next? Well, two men came into prison as well, and they had dreams. They didn't know what the dreams meant. But after telling Joseph their dreams, Joseph was able to tell them what their dreams meant. Joseph had this special gift from God. The men were so amazed. Joseph kind of became famous for being able to interpret dreams. Meanwhile, there was a king. One night the king was asleep, and he had an amazing dream, and he woke up, but he couldn't tell what it meant. But the king had a servant with him who had heard about Joseph, and he told the king that Joseph might be able to interpret his dream. So the king had Joseph taken out of prison, and he told Joseph his dream, and Joseph was able to interpret it. And that's where I'm going to stop this story today. We see that Joseph was in a place where he felt angry and he felt scared, but God was with him. God knew about Joseph's gift, and I believe that God placed those two men into the prison cell with Joseph so that Joseph would interpret their dreams, and the king would learn about Joseph's special gift from God. I believe that what this story means is that sometimes when we're in situations where things don't look the way that we planned them to look, or we feel scared, or we feel angry, God is with us. He knows about the dreams that He put into our hearts, and He has a special and perfect plan for our lives. Some people say that God works everything out for our good. God always shows up in our lives, and He always has a plan for us so that we can serve His glory and we can serve His kingdom and His family of people. We can share our gifts with other people. Next week, we are going to finish this story. But in the meantime, I would like for us to all say a prayer together. So if you would like to join me, you can close your eyes, and I'm going to pray that this week we're able to see God as He's working in our lives. That when we feel angry or sad or scared at any moment, we know that God is with us. I pray that we, throughout our week, we close our eyes and we talk to God and we ask God, how can I see you in this moment? How can I see what you're doing in my life? Because you have a perfect plan, and you love me, and I love you. Amen. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Goodbye.
Hi, Warriors. Thank you, Miss Emily, for the story. Okay, I have a question for you guys. How is God with you? Like Miss Emily said, for Joseph, he was in a very bad place, and God gave him strength. God gave him a gift of interpretation, and with that gift, he became a really powerful boss in his kingdom, which is very, very cool. Okay, for how God was with me was when I was very little, like your age. I was 5, and I have a little brother named Ezekiel, and he was very, very sick at the time when he barely got born, and so he had to stay at the hospital for 40 days, which is a long time. So during those 40 days, I was very sad. I was afraid because he wasn't really getting any better, but luckily, God was with me. God gave me peace and calmness. He gave me strength to go through it. And Ezekiel's a completely normal baby. Not a baby anymore, but he got through it. He's super healthy now, and God healed him. And I had a bunch of family and friends to be there and protect me and support me through this tough time. Now, some of the ways God is with you, because God is always with you, is playing toys with you. God is being right next to you when you read a story. God is cheering you on when you're about to win a game. God is protecting you when you fall asleep at night for you to have beautiful dreams and visions. God is with you no matter what, and that's just as He was with Joseph, just as He was with me and my brother, just as He was with everyone, because we're all God's children. God is always with you, and He loves you, and He's protecting you, and He's ready to talk to you right now. So why don't you try to talk to God right now? Take a moment and listen right now. And then I'll wait. Is He talking to you right now? Do you have do you have something in your brain? Do you have a picture right now? Do you have a word? If it is, I'd love to know about it. And after this, why don't you go tell your parents about how much God is with you? Okay, thank you for listening. I love you, Warriors. Bye.
We are praying for all of you at home. Have a great week. Bye.